Countdown is sponsored by 7 Seas, 1 a day, pure cod liver oil.
Hi, welcome to you all. It's midweek on Countdown, yet another day closer to the millennium. Have you got any invitations for the night yet, Carol?
Oh, yes, darling, I've just been invited. No.
No. No, I haven't at all. You know, I'm saying I'm staying in, but if an invitation came along, I probably wouldn't go out.
You would go anywhere. You'd
Yes.
go to the opening of an envelope.
Yes, all right, I would. No, but listen, but you see, on the millennium, we won't go on about it too
Yeah.
much, but here's our name's in the Times. There's a letter in the Times which refers to us. It's from Mr. Ralph Hardy. It's about the millennium. He says this: Sir, may I propose a millennium marker that will cost next to nothing and modestly advance the claims of English to be the world language from the next millennium? From January the 1st in the year 2000, let us stop putting the letter U after every Q. It is silly. The change will help Scrabble players and certainly enhance Countdown.
Yes.
So what do you think?
Yeah,
We
I
can our
think
little
that's...
way.
Do you still have to say queen? You'd say keen.
Kite. It's kite nice.
That's kite
Kite.
nice.
Anyway, it's very nice we've got a mention in the Times newspaper. That's terrific. So thank you, Mr. Ralph Hardy of Wokingham. Now, the life and times of Countdown go on apace, of course, and, well, the situation is that we've got a long-running champion, a young man, and, of course, a brand-new challenger. So let us meet our champion, who is Gary Woodward, and challenger Edward Mundell. Well, it's 6 wins for Gary, and it was a tough game yesterday. Actually, it was his lowest score, wasn't it, Gary? 48, eh?
They don't get any easier, I think.
No, it certainly doesn't get any easier, no.
I'm learning the hard way.
Yeah, that's right. And I've often said it's a young man's game, is Countdown, and he's certainly proving it, actually, I must say. But very good scores, mainly in the 60s. So he's a student at Salford University, so Salford can be proud of their new student there. Now, Edward Mundell comes to us from Southsea in Hampshire. He's a lab technician. He's married with 2 grown-up sons, enjoys photography and DIY. He says his favourite place is the New Forest, and he likes nothing better than to watch the whole of Wimbledon tennis fortnight. So he's hoping to serve up a volley of winners and then celebrate with a few mixed doubles in the bar after the show. So good luck to Edward Mundell. Now, yesterday our G of the D came up with the 7-letter word predial, P-R-E-D-I-L, predial, which relates to agriculture. Well, I'm glad to say they're agrarian to go again. Meet our combined arbiters, Geoffrey Durham and Susie Dent.
I don't get combined
arbiters.
Combined harvesters.
Combined harvesters. Combined arbiters.
Excellent. He's very clever, isn't he? I never thought it's very
Talk
good.
about me behind my back. Even in front of my face. He's very clever, isn't he? Yes. Does he take sugar? Oh dear. Right. Well, whoever he is, we'll come to you later.
Thank you.
Mind you, the real stars of the show are here now, Gary and Edward. So, Gary, you start, please.
Start with a consonant, please, Carol.
Thank you, Gary. B.
And a vowel.
E.
And the second vowel.
I.
A consonant.
M.
And another.
P.
And a third.
C.
Another consonant.
Another consonant, sorry, Gary. S.
A vowel, please.
A.
And a consonant to finish.
And J.
Okay, Gary, thank you. Here we go. Well, Gary.
6.
6. Edward.
5.
5. Gary. Edward's 5.
Paces.
Yes, paces for 5. Gary.
Scampi.
Scampi. Now, actually, I have to say, a little behind the station, we had scampi for our countdown lunch today because they do feed us quite well. And I said to Carol, what is scampi? Is it? I mean, I know what it is. Is it fish? Is it fish called scampi?
Norwegian lobsters, or Norway lobsters, and a dish of these fried is scampi.
Right. Edward, your turn, please.
Consonant, please, Carol.
C.
And again, please.
N.
And again.
X.
And again.
And N.
And the vowel, please.
E.
Vowel, please.
U.
Vowel.
A.
Another vowel.
I.
And a consonant, please.
And that is D.
Thank you. Here we go on Edward's letters. Right, Edward.
6.
6. Gary.
And 6.
Good. Edward 6.
Canine.
Canine. Yes, canine. Good. Gary.
Canned.
Canned. Like canine. It's good.
Very good.
Well, we do learn something new every day, because did you know that nuance could be a verb, and therefore if you put D on the end, it would be nuanced?
For 7.
For 7. Isn't that wonderful?
Okay. If it is a verb, what do you do when you nuance?
What do you do?
You give a nuance to something.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's from the French nuer, to shade, it says here.
That's right.
Yes.
Ah, well.
So,
Not direct to nuage, which is cloud, isn't it?
I think it is,
which
yes.
Produce shade, I suppose. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, it all
of
fits in. It's all
does,
part
yes.
of. Yes, you can see how it all fits together. can't you?
Yes, wonderful.
Okay, well, that was interesting. Verb, that, nuanced. Okay, well, 12 and 6 there, so both get points. Gary, letters, please.
Start with a vowel, please, Carol.
Thank you, Gary. E.
And another.
And another.
Yes, please.
O.
And a consonant.
B.
And another one.
R.
And a third.
T.
And a fourth, please.
G.
Another vowel.
I.
A consonant.
R.
And a vowel, please.
And a vowel. Thank you, Gary. And A.
Thank you, Gary. Here we go. Well, yes, Gary.
Try 7.
You're trying a 7, Edward.
7 as well.
A pregnant pause there. What's your 7, Edward?
Arbiter.
Oh, an arbiter. Yeah, arbiter. That's what we have over there, an arbiter. Gary?
I'm trying bigoter.
A bigoter.
I'll look it up. I think it would normally be bigot. Bigot, obviously. No, not there. Just a bigot, as I thought. Bad luck, Gary.
Yes.
If you went into orbit, you'd be an orbiter. And there's also this lovely word, rarebit, you know, as in Welsh rabbit.
Yeah.
Do you say rarebit or rabbit? I don't know.
Rarebit. I think
Yeah.
it became
Anyway.
naturalised as rabbit, but it should be rarebit, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's there as well.
12 and 13 the score. Edward, then, it is, for numbers.
Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2, please, Carol.
Okay, thank you. Let's see what we have. 4 and 5, 7 and 2, 3 and 75 from the top row. And the target is 225.
No, she's sweet when she laughs, isn't she? 225. Okay, well, it's 225. We'll go through the motions, Edward.
225.
Gary.
225.
Okay, Edward.
75 times 3.
Is the
Gary?
right answer.
And the same.
Can I just ask a question? If in Norway their lobsters are the size of scampi, how big are their shrimps?
That's a good question.
It is a good question on which to ponder.
We will ponder. We'll ponder. But not for long, because we'd rather hear from Geoffrey.
Now, I'm unusual for a magician in that I really don't like card tricks. I can't stand people, you know, thrusting packs of cards at me and saying, take a card, go on, take a card. Just can't bear it. There's a line in a Somerset Maugham short story which from memory goes, he asked me if I liked card tricks. I said no. He did 5. And that's rather how I feel about people who do card tricks. But I do like cards when they're just used as objects, when the values of the cards don't matter. And I'm going to show you a little trick now where the cards are just used as objects. What I've done is I've cut the centres out of 3 playing cards. Have a look at that, Susie, and you'll see that that's all I've cut. I mean, there's no gaps in them or anything like that. They're just the centre. They're sort of open plan playing cards.
Absolutely.
Would you agree with that?
I would.
Yes.
Indeed.
And what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to hold those 2 playing cards sort of there by the corners, and I'm going to slot this one, just slide it in between the 2 like that. Now, this is the bit where you have to watch very, very carefully, because I'm going to blow. Watch very, very carefully. 1, 2, 3. Now look. Now look. Now, I'm going to ask you, would you just get hold of that, Susie, and make sure that's linked? Just sort of give it a pull from underneath, you know? That's
Okay.
it. Yeah?
Yeah.
They're linked, aren't they? Now,
Absolutely.
I'm going to blow in a moment. I'm going to blow. Get hold again. I'm going to blow. 1, 2, 3.
Amazing.
Now, examine them all. They really are just, aren't they? They're
no
just
cuts
bits
at
of
all.
card, aren't they? Just card rings.
And that's it.
Thank you. That's a little miracle.
Brilliant.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, I don't know what to say. I'm so amazed, actually. I just better go to the break. I'm sure, like you, we're amazed by that. So we'll go to the break and we'll return for more in part 2. Thank you. Well, back in the studio, we've caught our breath after Geoffrey's spectacular performance there, and the performance here is very good as well, because it's 22 and 23 now, so pretty close, as you can see. So, Edward, it's round 5, and it's your letters game.
Consonant, please, Carol.
W.
And again.
D.
And again.
N.
And one more.
One more, Edward. V.
Vowel, please.
E.
Vowel, please.
See? A.
Vowel.
E.
Another vowel.
I.
And a consonant, please.
And M.
Thank you. We're counting down in round 5. Well, yes, Edward.
6 again.
Good. Gary?
6.
Edward, 6.
Invade.
Invade, yeah. Yours?
Weaved.
Weaved. What have we've got over there?
Weaved.
Weaved. Actually,
well-
weaved.
I was just wondering,
Well,
isn't
yes,
it wove?
Woved. Wove.
Oh,
I don't know. Wove.
Well, we will just check that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine in the sense, not in the sense of to weave a fabric, but in the sense of weave to move from one side to another. So the car
yes.
weaved.
Oh, of course,
That's
that's right,
fine,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Weaved.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. If you put IN on the front of weave, you get this funny word in weave, which you can't put a D on the end of,
No,
can
that
you?
would
Because
be in wove.
that would
for
be
the,
in wove,
for the
yeah.
past. But that just means to weave together, to intermingle.
So that would be 7. If you
Okay.
cared.
Good, OK, well, we nearly gave you palpitations there, Gary, didn't we? But you got the points nonetheless. Good, so points for all, and it's Gary's letters.
Okay, start with a consonant, please, Carol.
Of course, Gary. T.
And a vowel.
U.
And another consonant.
L.
A vowel.
A.
A consonant.
R.
And another consonant.
S.
A vowel, please.
E.
Another consonant.
G.
And the consonant to finish.
And L.
Grow up, Carol, for goodness sake. So now, Gary.
7.
7 says Gary. Edward.
7 as well.
OK, here, Gary's 7.
Largest.
Largest. Largest for 7. Edward.
Staller.
Staller. So largest and staller. What about staller?
I'm afraid that staller, it is something that one might expect to be in. It does, as we say, with all agent nouns, it has to be in the dictionary specified, and I'm afraid it's not in this case. So I can't allow it. Sorry, Edward.
No, OK.
Bad luck. I'd have thought that was in. Anyway, OK, there is an 8, actually, which is gestural. As in of a gesture.
That's right, it's the adjective relating to gesture. G-E-S-T-U-R-A-L.
You've got to hand it to you, Carol. Yeah, very nice. OK, well, bad luck on that, Edward, but staller not in. So 35 and 29, 3 rounds to go. And letters for Edward, please.
Right, consonant, please, Carol.
R.
And again.
T.
And one more.
H.
And again.
G.
Vowel, please.
A.
Vowel.
And E.
Vowel.
O.
Vowel again.
Another vowel, Edward. That's E.
And consonant, please.
And a consonant, thank you. Ah.
Oh.
Well, after the year 2000, you can have plenty of words, because we're dropping the U, aren't we? Here we go. So now to Edward to say.
6.
Gary.
6.
Edward 6.
Gather.
Gather. Gary.
Heater.
Heater and gather. We have Carol for 6. OK, well, look, letters are done, chaps. Still very close, 41-35. Anyone's game. The numbers probably will be crucial, so let's see what Gary chooses.
Okay, I'll have inverted T again, please, Carol.
OK, we'll go from here, I think, Gary.
Thank you.
Let's see what we have. 8 and 4, 10 and 5, another 5 and 75. It seems to be cropping up all the time. And the target is 565.
OK, 565. Here we go, 565. Well, if you're watching the screen, both these guys seem to have done it. 565, Gary.
Yes, 565.
Yeah, and you, Edward?
565.
Okay, go for it, Gary.
75 minus 5
75 minus 5 is 70.
times by 8
is 560.
and add the 5.
And add the 5. Absolutely right. 565.
Yeah, and I'm just having a look here at you, Edward. Yes, indeed, it's exactly the same. Well done. So that's very good, because it means it's a crucial conundrum. Right, I've got some water as well. Everyone's drinking their water like mad here. Right, so ready for this? Fingers poised, eyes on the screen. Please now reveal today's crucial countdown conundrum. Oh, and the buzzer, rather, to say.
Treadmill.
Treadmill, which is what you're not on, certainly. Because it is. Well,
Hold on. Good game.
well, there it was. Treadmill, 55 points, very good game, to 51, which is a good score, which means that we have a new champion here, as you can see before your very eyes, by the name of Edward Mundell. Well done, Edward. Very good. And he's beaten Gary by a very slender margin there, Gary. But I suppose in a way you're relieved because it's, as you said, it doesn't get any easier.
Glad I can relax now.
You're off this particular treadmill if you like, but you're coming back because at the moment of this programme you are number 3 seed. So we'll certainly see you in the quarter-finals. You might slip down a place, who knows, but certainly we'll see you. So he's done very well, hasn't he? He's been a super guy. Carol wants to take him home, and now he's going home, so you fancy a trip down the M4?
Oh, lovely.
Anyway, you've got lots to take home with you, Gary, because you've got the goodie bag, which is pretty big these days. So
Thanks so much.
good chap here, and we'll see him again just before Christmas. Gary Woodward. Well done, Gary.
Thank you.
Well. So it won't seem the same without Gary, because he's been here long. How many wins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. So, and of course that was 7th appearance today. Alex Anderson is here next, so we have Alex coming to take on Edward. Hello, Alex.
Hello.
How are you feeling about taking on Edward? He looks a cool customer to me.
Yep, he does.
Yes, he does. OK, well, we'll look forward to seeing you. Meanwhile, we must dash, so goodbye, dictionaries.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, Carol.
Goodbye.
And from me, goodbye, see you tomorrow. Bye.
It's a relief to discover Victorian scoffed fish and chips too. Check out what's happening in the 1900 house tomorrow at 9. Back to this afternoon, and if you've got it, flaunt it on Ricky next.
Countdown is sponsored by 7 Seas 1 a day pure cod liver oil.